Cliff the Rocket Man here, video 13. Today we're doing a spring checkout on my Toro lawnmower. Thought that might help somebody else since it is spring. It's time to get your mower out. Okay, first thing I do is I go buy me a tune-up kit. This particular one, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, this one is a Briggs and Stratton tune-up kit. You can get it at most hardware stores. Comes with an air filter, Toro oil, and let's see what else here. It's got some instructions, some gas treatment, and OEM spark plug. Okay. You can buy, like I say, this is the Briggs and Stratton kit. If you have a lawnmower with a Honda engine, you can also buy a kit for those. And Toro used to make one for the old Tecumseh engines. So there's a few Tecumseh still out there. If you've got one, great, good engines. But Tecumseh quit making engines in, I believe, 2009, so those mowers are few and far between. Okay, what I'm going to do today is check the blade. I may or may not sharpen it. We'll look at it. Drain the oil. As you see, I've already taken my air filter off. I do that, so I'll explain that in a minute why I pull that off. We'll check the spark plug. Tighten up the blade if it need after sharpening, and then I'll fill it full of oil, and it should start. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to move you over to here so you can see what I'm doing here. Now you see my dipsticks on this side, so I've actually got you on the wrong side. Actually, I do have you on the right side. There, now I'm going to pull my dipstick out. There we go. Alright. Now, if you have an older engine, they put a plug somewhere on the bottom, just depending what engine and how old your mower is. Now this, I've already loosened my blade up a little bit. I don't have to mess with that. Pull the nut. It could be a 9/16, could be a 5/8, could be 3/4, depending on what engine. Now if you look at my blade, that looks pretty good. I am not going to sharpen that. If it gets pretty chipped up, you know, rock hit or nicked up, I should say, by rocks or gravel or something like that, I might put a blade on it. Seems like every time I sharpen a blade, I hit something with it, so I quit sharpening. I do not replace them either unless they're bent. So anyway, I pull my plug. One of my plugs, I would tip my mower back over, put my oil pan underneath it, go sharpen my blade, then put my blade back on by the time, or tip it back up by the time my oil's drained. I'm good to go. Throw my blade back on. So we're going to just go ahead and throw the blade back on. Now if you got any doubts of which way the blade goes, just give your cord just a little tug, see which way it's turning. The blade is going that way, so my blade is on the correct way. Okay, tighten that bugger down. Sorry if I'm going fast, but I don't like long videos. Okay, check your manufacturer's torque. I'm going to torque this to 25 foot-pounds. If you don't have a torque wrench, that's okay. I'm going to use this to so the blade doesn't cut me, because this mower is only a couple years old. Okay, there's 25 foot-pounds. Like I say, Different size bolts may require different torque values, so just check with the manufacturer. Okay, now my oil is drained. Before I started, I ran it for a couple minutes to make sure the oil's warmed up. Okay, now let's look at the, I'm going to pull you around front here. We're going to work on the front of the mower. Okay, let's see how that looks. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, there you go. Now, if you look at my air filter, it's in pretty good shape. I got one in my kit. I'm now going to replace it. That's good for a couple years. I do not use this mower a whole bunch. If I get an old mower, a lot of friends give me old mowers, or I find them on the side of the road. Sometimes I'll even go buy one. What I will do is fix it, tune it up, whatever it needs, and then I'll mow my lawn with it. And I figure if it can make it through my lawn, it ought to make somebody a pretty good mower. So I put it on in the classifieds and hook up somebody with a cheap mower, and I have fun doing it. So anyway, okay, let's move on here. I'm going to check the spark plug. Now, a word about the filter. If I tipped the mower because the dipstick's on this side, then I want to take my air filter out, because if I've got a good filter, gas is going to run out and contaminate my filter, which is no big deal. You just let them dry, just let them sit out and dry for a little bit, and they'll be all right, unless it's really seriously dirty. I've seen these packed up with so much grass, I don't know how they ran. But so if your mower's running a little crappy, first thing you want to do is look at your air filter and see if it needs to be replaced. So now on to the spark plug. I'm thinking this mower probably only has 15 hours on it the most. Now you look at that, you can see that my spark plug is wet. That's because I tipped it over. That is okay. That means it's going to be slightly flooded when I start it. But if you look at it, kind of hard to tell, but it has very little carbon on it. I know how many hours it has on it. I am not going to replace this. So, but my kit has one. If I thought it necessary, but I think this mower is this is my second season of it, so it shouldn't need a lot of work. All right, I'm gonna snug that up. I probably should have done this myself. I don't do it very often, as I should. Before messing with the blade, I should have pulled the spark plug wire off. Anytime you turn the engine over or mess with the blade, you should unplug the spark plug wire. I did not. I'm relying on my safety lever up there to keep the engine from starting. Okay, now, so my air filter is good. Put it back in there. And the cover, the air filter cover, is different on all kinds of different models. You just have to figure out. Some just have one screw here, some have a knob. Like a Kohler has a knob. A Tecumseh actually has a twist on cover. You twist the cover off, pull it off, and the filter is right underneath it. Okay, now, so my blade is tight. Got the air filter reinstalled. Spark plug is good. It's tight. My wire's back on. And oil's drained. So the next thing to do, well, as you see, my oil really isn't that bad, but it's, like I say, it's got 15 hours on it. Now, all I have to do, top my mower off. Let's get it over here so you can see what's going on here. Okay, there you go. I'm going to fill it up. Do not overfill it. If you overfill it, drain it back off. They generally take about half a quart, but that depends on what engine you're dealing with. Before I forget, not every mower manufacturer makes a tune-up kit like that. Actually, how I got that kit is when I bought the mower, I bought the kit to go with it. So when it was ready, I would have my kit ready to go. You do not have to use the kit. You can buy the parts separately. Okay. Okay, I'm not up. Oop, I'm still to the add line, so let's dump a little bit more in it. All right. But now you may ask what I do in the fall. What I do is when it's getting to be fall and I'm just mowing leaves, I don't put much fuel in it. I actually run my mowers. Sometimes I have more than one, just depends what's in my garage. It still needs more. I actually run mine out completely till it quits. Then I start over in the I put the excess, I just pour the excess gas in my truck or car, and then in the spring start out with fresh gas. You do that most years, it's just going to start right up for you. So anyway, okay, now if I look at that, it's hard to tell. See, I've got oil running down the tube. If I just wait just a second, let it run all the way down the tube, I can get more of an accurate reading for where this is for oil-wise. Now the oil is so clean, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but I'm at the full mark. Okay. Cap. Now this is flooded, so I think it's going to probably take a couple pulls to get it started, but I bet you it's going to start for me. Okay, here we go. It is very flooded. Oh, it's trying to. Oh, one more. Nope. There it goes. Okay. It's as you see, it was floated up with fuel. That's from tipping it over. Manufacturers are leaning towards doing no oil changes in anymore. They just say add oil. Now this is not one of those engines, but small engine manufacturers, some of them suggest you just add oil to them. Well, I'm not one of those guys, and it is full. Okay, that mower is ready for the season. I should not have any more problems with it. So anyway, that's it. Cliff out.